Welcome to our trailer. We are in Pecos, Texas, and our traffic has stopped. We're on I-20 eastbound, and we've been stopped for just about 2 hours. So I have decided to come in and make dinner, and I'll talk to you guys while I'm doing it. So here's our trailer. This is the kitchen I'm about to use. It's kind of dark. We got a bed back there. We have Piston's bed here. His bed's bigger than ours. And then we have a bathroom behind us. But I kind of doubt anyone's going to join live, so this will be available for you guys to check out later. If you are not familiar with me, my name is Jackie Mancuso. I am an astrologer and a life coach, and I like to help people figure out how powerful they are. And I am in the middle of a 3-4 week vacation. I'm in the middle of a 2.5 week adventure in a trailer. And today, my companion Matt and I were attempting to make it from Tombstone, Arizona, as far east as we could go. Our goal is to go to the Ozarks. We're trying to go to Arkansas right now. And I'm just trying to remember what I need for my tacos. Give me 1 second. So we started this morning in Tombstone, Arizona. And we woke up at the crack of dawn. I think my alarm went off at 5:45 this morning, which isn't that early, but it's vacation early, you know. And we made breakfast and we hopped in the truck as soon as we could. I started getting a little nervous about time because I really want to live this way where I don't have to be anywhere on time. I don't want to have to schedule appointments for any reason, and it's been great. We started this trip last Monday, so we've been in this RV for a week and a half, and it's been amazing to not have to be anywhere on time, not even have to check the clock. We just kind of do what we want to do when we want to do it. So this morning we woke up thinking, like, I started to get nervous last night because I have like scheduled clients next Wednesday. Matt has to be back at work on Wednesday, and being a little like, la-di-da, maybe we can extend this vacation, maybe we should really get back on time. So last night I was like, shit, where were we? Tombstone, Arizona, and we gotta get back to Chicago by next Wednesday. And I really want to go to the Ozarks, and I really want to go see a friend in Nashville. So last night I was like, oh, I don't think this is gonna happen. I don't know if we're gonna be able to make it. So we woke up real early this morning in Tombstone, and it's been great. Matt is the best. He's the best. He's been driving the whole time. I've offered to drive, and he's just taking care of it. I've been posting a lot of shorts on YouTube, so feel free to go watch those. We've kind of been just playing in the Southwest for some time. Who's here? Hi, Holly. Hi, Holland. Is that what you want me to say? Hi, Holland. Hello, Try Hard. What are you trying hard about? Hi, Holland. You want to throw me a donation for shouting you out? That'd be appreciated. Yo, baby T. Ozarks are amazing. Cool. I've never been, so tell me, what's cool in the Ozarks? We're definitely outdoorsy people. We like to hike. We have my dog with us. My dog is a Husky German Shepherd Great Pyrenees mix. He's not the best with people, but he's amazing at hiking and climbing and stuff. We took him to like Bell Rock and Cathedral Rock in the Sedona area, and he did amazing. Like, watching him scale those rock formations, whatever they're called. Try hard. Oh, is it from Fortnite? I don't do video games. And who is that? Monkey Juice likes talking politics. I don't know if I do. Happy birthday, Jonathan. Ozarks are definitely dog friendly. Wonderful. You guys think if I put butter in the pan to reheat taco meat, would that be gross? I don't have any oil, and I don't know if this meat's gonna stick to the pan. These are the shitty RV pans that rental, and it is just disgusting, but food is food. Rocco, subscribe, thanks. I'm in the middle of traveling. If you hopped in late, I'm in the middle of an RV trip with my companion. And my goal right now, guys, is to buy my own RV and just go. I've been working for myself for a few years as an astrologer and a life coach and an empowerer. I'm a teacher, I make courses and stuff. So feel free to check out, like, subscribe to my YouTube and stuff if you want to feel good about yourself and if you want to learn that you are powerful and you can do whatever you want. But my goal right now is to buy my own RV so that I can just live like this. I can just travel the world and do whatever I want to do. What are you cooking? Kurt, I am making tacos. I have prepared the tacos last night because something told me that I didn't want to cook tonight. So I chopped up my tomatoes and my lettuce and I made meat last night, and we just have our fucking old El Paso pre-made taco stuff. That is something that I'm not the biggest fan of with this trip so far. I'm a pretty healthy person. Like, I choose to eat fruits and vegetables over anything else, and I've been eating a lot of crap. But it's okay because it is vacation. Like, this right now is vacation, but my goal is to live like this forever. You like my earrings? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Let's collaborate, make hundreds. Tell me how. What you do? What do you do? Monkey juice. My sister has one for sale, going cheap. I have found my dream RV. There's something about this one, and I'm just trying to make it happen. We'll see. But what does your sister have for sale? Where's the cheese? It's right here. It's right here. Southern Mofo, Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Yes, I have heard of that. It's worth a visit. And Hot Springs, if you got time. Make sure to dig for diamonds at Crater State Park. It's free? Is it actual diamonds or is it like quartz? I feel like I've heard of Crater State Park. And let me know if this pan gets too loud if you can't hear me. But, so my trip started October 16th. I'm from the Chicagoland area. I flew to Portland to dog sit for an old friend, and I visited with him and his wife for 2 days, and then they went on vacation for a week. So I was alone in Portland from October 18th till the 26th, and that was the first time that I ever quote unquote lived by myself. I'm the baby of 10 kids, and so I grew up with people always around, and then I moved out of my dad's house when I was 18 because I had a boyfriend to live with, and I've just been jumping and like living with different people ever since then. So this 1 week in Portland, it was the longest I'd ever been alone, and I wasn't like nervous or scared at all, but it was just interesting to see what it would be like because I've never been alone in my life. But it was really refreshing. And then after that, after a week and a half of Portland, I flew to Denver because my cousin lives in Denver, and my companion Matt had driven this trailer, this truck and trailer, to Denver to meet me, and he's friends with my cousin too, so we hung out in Denver with a few friends for a few days, and then me and Matt set out from Denver on, what day was that even? Like the 28th of October? It was a Monday. We set out from Denver. Where did we even go? We headed toward Durango that first day, and we made it to South Fork. And then the first morning after South Fork, that was awesome. All this is being, what is that called? What's that? What's that word I'm thinking of? This is all being documented, both on my shorts here and then on my Instagram. Jackie Mancuso 222 on Instagram. So South Fork, we left that morning and we had like 280 miles of gas in the truck. And our option was to either go to the gas station that was 3 miles behind us or go to the gas station that was 80 miles ahead. And we were like, okay, we have 280 gallons or 280 miles on this tank. We can make it 80 miles. There was a mountain that we had to go up in the snow. It was snowing. Towing a trailer, 4-wheel drive, adds a lot of, eats a lot of gas. So we went up the snowy mountain, towing this trailer. And Matt lived in Colorado for some time, so he was cool with the mountains and cool with the truck, but like the trailer, it's an added, I don't even know. He did a great job. We happened to be following a plow up the mountain, which made it easier. But then at the top of the mountain, the plow truck turned around. We were not excited to go down the mountain with this heavy trailer without a tow truck, or without a plow truck in front of us. So we went down the mountain as slow as we could. And as we were descending, we were watching the miles to empty go down, and I was watching the miles to the gas station stay about the same. And it got real freaky. There was a moment where the gas station was like 26 miles away, and the truck showed that we had 44 miles. And then like 2 seconds later, 42 miles. 2 seconds go by, 40 miles. And I'm an eternal optimist, and I had a moment of, what the fuck are we gonna do when we run out of gas? I was prepared to run out of gas at least 15 miles from the gas station. But I don't know, we're magical people, and we ended up rolling into the gas station, and we still had like 12 miles to go on the tank, but man, was that an adventure. We also started our first day with a flat tire on the trailer, so that was fun. We pulled off on right near Kenosha Pass just to do a little bit of sightseeing, and Matt looked at the trailer and one of the wheels was flat, so that was a fun way to start the day. But anyway, so the first night we spent in South Fork, Colorado, and then where did we go after that? I'm having a hard time remembering. I'm trying to imagine. We went down through Durango because we were heading for Durango, and then we went somewhere else. My God, I'm having a really hard time remembering. But we ended up staying in Sedona for 3 days. Sedona was where I was most excited to go, because a lot of my followers kept telling me that I have to go to Sedona, and it was pretty great. The first night we got to Sedona, it was, we went to the Grand Canyon, that's what I'm forgetting. We went to the Grand Canyon. We were there for Halloween, and we were there for the dark moon, because the Grand Canyon is a dark sky park, so we got to go stargaze and like hear a star astronomy presentation at the Grand Canyon. That was pretty cool. Who has a suggestion of where we should go? We're stopped on I-20 right now, so I hopped in the trailer to make our dinner because I was sick of just sitting in the truck. We've been here for just about 2 hours. And that's it. So after the Grand Canyon, yes, we went to Sedona for a few days. We also stopped at the Four Corners because a friend had asked us if we'd ever been there, and the answer was no. And we went, and we kind of realized why the answer was no, because it wasn't that, it sucked. It was shitty. If you haven't been to the Four Corners and you're considering going, like, if you're passing through, I would recommend going, but like, it was kind of sad. All the, like, the restrooms were closed. There were 2 like little stands, like food stands that were closed. There were an option to have like 50 vendors there, and there were maybe 5. It was just sad at the Four Corners. And the monument itself is just like a drawing on the ground. I don't know. It wasn't cool at all. And I don't think it's actually at the Four Corners. Like, I feel like it's miles away from the Four Corners. I don't know. If you're into touristy stuff, maybe go do that, but we're not really into touristy stuff, so it wasn't that great. So that's right, it was Four Corners, then Grand Canyon, then Antelope Canyon. I'm trying to do too many things at once, and I can't remember the order, but we did try to go to Antelope Canyon because one of our friends showed us pictures of it, and it looks amazing. They're these cool, like, rounded, striped red rocks. So we put it in our GPS, and we made it to Antelope Canyon, and then we realized that you had to take guided tours at Antelope Canyon. And we're not ones to be told what to do. Like, we just wanted to go play in the rocks and go figure stuff out. We also have my big dog with us, who's not very people-friendly, so we didn't want to take him on a guided tour. So at that point, we had looked up a different place to go, and we were originally preparing to set out for another, like, hour to go find somewhere to go. And 5 minutes down the road, Matt noticed a really cool looking RV park, and he, like, pulled in just to check it out, and then he was like, oh, there's a water hookup, we need fresh water. So he started hooking up his water. And then we started toying with the idea of maybe we should just stay here. Maybe we don't need to go all the way to, I forgot what it was called. It was like a mushroom something elsewhere in Arizona. So then we ended up just getting a room. We got a spot at that RV park for the night. And that was really interesting. That was my first time ever staying at an RV park. It was nice. We got to shower. We haven't once yet used the shower in this trailer. That's where our water is living. Like, our water is living there. We've relied on RV parks and campsites, which is fine. I don't know. We're not really doing anything to get gross. So we stayed at Horseshoe Bend. That was in Page, Arizona. And we also spent the next morning, like, hopping around in Page. We went to breakfast at something ranch. It felt like a cowboy place, so we went there. And then there was a Dia de los Muertos, like, street market that we walked around, and that was fun. Page was a cool town. I would go back to Page, Arizona. Then we went to Sedona, and we ended up staying at the Lolomai Springs Resort, RV park campground. Matt's friend was there a couple weeks prior and recommended it, so we just went off of his recommendation, and it was nice. There was a creek. There's Oak Creek that runs through Lolomai, which is kind of rare, I guess, in Arizona to have fresh flowing water right there. So we stayed there for 2 nights, and that was really nice. We had absolutely no cell service, and it felt amazing, especially being someone who works on my phone and computer 24/7. It was a very nice break to not think about checking my email, to not think about checking my texts. I just couldn't. So it was really nice to not have that option, you know? And then the third night in Sedona, we boondocked. I've been using the I-Overlander app to find places to go, and I've had, like, really, really good luck with it. We've used the I-Overlander app for a few places, so that's been really nice. Sedona was amazing. We hiked at Cathedral Rock, and we hiked at Bell Rock, and we hopped over to Lover's Knoll. That was just a quick, ooh, what's this? It was pretty. It was pretty. We didn't want to leave Sedona. Sedona sucked us into her vortex. The day that we were going to leave Sedona, we were, like, about to pack up the trailer and get ready to go, and we both got super tired. And it reminded me of, like, in The Wizard of Oz when they're walking through the poppy forest and then they all just get really tired and they have to lay down. And I was like, Sedona's fucking drugging us, man. Like, Sedona doesn't want us to leave. She's making us drowsy so we don't leave. So we took a nap in Sedona, and we left our campsite that day at sunset. And our goal throughout this whole trip has been to arrive at our campsite before sunset, because if you have never backed up a trailer, you might not know how big of a pain in the dick it is to back it up when you can't see what you're doing. So the day that we left Sedona at sunset, we were a little, not bummed, but just like, oh, we wish we could have left earlier. And it was so good though, because the sunset that night in Arizona lasted a solid hour, and we were driving west or south in Arizona. I don't know. I'm just here for the ride. But we drove through Arizona for an hour with the most gorgeous views. It was red and pink and orange and purple, and just so, the sky was so pretty that night. So we drove through the night, and we were heading towards Tucson because a lady that we met in Sedona had a picture of her next to this giant cactus, ginormous cactus, 40, 50 feet cactus. And Matt and I both had never ever seen a real life-sized cactus ever. So after Sedona, we're like, let's go see some cacti. This lady said that she saw them in Tucson. Let's head to Tucson. And we didn't necessarily like have a place we were going. We just kind of followed the signs south to Tucson. And then I started looking for a place to camp, and we stumbled upon a town called Cactus Forest. We're trying to see cacti. Let's go to Cactus Forest. Let's see what that's all about. So we headed towards Cactus Forest. I found a nice like wild camping spot on I-Overlander, and it was like a cute little turnaround next to two small lakes. We're like, hell yeah, this is perfect. Pitch black by the time we get to the area, and we're driving down this really open desert road. And Matt looks over to the left, and he's like, huh, is that a correctional facility? So I pulled up Google Maps, and yes, it was a correctional facility. It was massive. It was a massive, massive correctional facility. And we're like 5 minutes away from our destination. And we're right by the border of Mexico also. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I want to stay in the middle of nowhere in pitch black next to a correctional facility. And I got a little nervous. But we're like, we're fine. We're fine. Just because there's a prison doesn't mean that there's escaped prisoners everywhere. So we ended up finding our spot in Cactus Forest, and it was great. Like, I felt secluded. We pulled off on a side road. We went way down. We were hidden in the cacti, which was so pretty. And then we got out of the truck, and Matt was getting the trailer all set, and I took my dog out to use the bathroom because we were in the car for hours, and I wasn't thinking. And we were walking around, and then I saw him like pick up his foot real fast and look back at it, and I was like, fuck, I knew exactly what happened. So I looked at his back paw, and he had a bunch of little cactus prickles in it, and I felt so bad. So I called Matt over, and we got them out of Piston's paws, and he's fine, and we checked him over like 3 more times while we were there. We put peroxide on his paws to make sure he doesn't get infected. Sketchy. Misty, well, yeah, it was a little sketchy, but you know what? No fear. There's no fear in this life. Fear of what, right? You're always taken care of. You're always taken care of. You gotta experience and explore, and you just live in the moment, and when stuff like that comes up, you're always prepared. If you're in the moment, you're always prepared. So Piston got a bunch of cactus pricklies in his paws. We got him inside. Didn't really let him go outside the rest of the time we were in Cactus Forest. And then, what else? What day was that? Today's Thursday, so I think that was Tuesday. Tuesday morning, we woke up in Cactus Forest, and then me and Matt just played in the cactus field for a couple hours. We just looked around at the fun cacti, took a bunch of pictures. There's a lot of different kinds of cacti. We found some massive ones. If you want to see shorts, check out my channel. Subscribe to my channel because I've been posting shorts daily, like multiple shorts of what we're doing, just the fun places that we're getting up to. So that was Tuesday. Then on Tuesday, we decided like we're good with Tucson. We don't have to go there. Our goal here were cacti, so let's head to Carlsbad, New Mexico. Matt wanted to go to Carlsbad because he had heard that there are bats that fly out of caves, and that would be cool to see bats, like hundreds of bats come out of caves. So we were heading towards Carlsbad yesterday, Wednesday. That was Wednesday. Days don't matter. Isn't it cool how all these systems that humans have made up don't really matter? So we were heading to Carlsbad, and then Matt saw a sign for Tombstone, and his face lit up. And I was like, what are you talking about? I don't know. What is Tombstone? Oh, don't you know Wyatt Earp? Nope. Don't you know Doc Holliday? Nope. Billy the Kid? I have no idea what you're talking about. But he was super stoked. So if you don't know Tombstone, Arizona, it is the Wild West. If you've ever heard of the Wild West, you've ever seen a Wild West show, movie, you are thinking of Tombstone, Arizona. What do they call it? The town that's too tough to die. So he was geeking out, and hell yeah. You stayed in Sedona for 3 days because of me and my woo-woo shit? Yeah, we'll go to Tombstone. So we went to Tombstone, and our map showed that we were going to get there at like 3:05. And I made a comment because there were signs saying like, oh, there's daily gunfights. And I made a comment because like I mentioned before, we are both magical people. And I said, how cool would it be if the last gunfight of the day was at 3:30? Keep that in mind. So we were walking around Tombstone with Piston, just scoping out the place, figuring out what we want to get up to. It was just about 3:30, and there were some guys standing outside a saloon dressed to the nines in their Western wear, calling out, right? They're calling out for their show, last gun show of the day at 3:30, and we're like, shut the fuck up. So we put Piston back in the car, and we got our tickets to the gun show. There's another one right here. We got our tickets to the gun show, and it was fun. It was just 3 actors reenacting this shootout scene. I had no idea what was going on, but Matt was eating up the whole thing, and it's fun when you're with people who are enjoying themselves, right? Misty says Carlsbad Caverns are so cool. So while we were in Tombstone, Arizona, Wild West town, Matt's mom was like, she texted, she's like, you know what? Don't even worry about Carlsbad because this time of year, you don't even see the bats anyway. I guess she went and she was really disappointed with it. So she was like, don't even worry about it. So we kind of crossed Carlsbad off the list. But it would be cool earlier in the year. I feel like we looked it up and it said late October, early November, the bats migrate. So we would have missed it anyway. So we stayed the night in Tombstone. We found some BLM land, Bureau of Land Management land, through the iOverlander app, and we just kind of stayed on the side of a road last night in Tombstone, but again, had that gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous Arizona sunset. Something about the Arizona sunsets. I love them. Been there, must see. Monkey Juice, you been to Carlsbad? What time of year was it? I kind of want to go not when the bats have already migrated. So this morning we woke up. That's where my whole story started. We woke up in Tombstone this morning, bright and early, made some breakfast, and we said, you know what? We're going to be on the road today. And we've been on the road all day, which is great. But then driving through Texas, we're in Pecos. Am I saying it right? It's on the title of this video. I don't know where we are. But we're on I-20 and it is stopped, and we've been stopped for 2 hours. So I decided to come back to the trailer to make dinner and hang out with you guys. So I don't know what else I want to talk about. I guess I'm just gonna stop now, unless you want to talk to me about my tacos. Having a hard time concentrating. But I want to keep talking to you guys. What can I tell you? It's been a trip. Doing this is fun. Living like this is super easy. Like, I've wanted to do this for a few months, and now I'm doing it, and it's wonderful. Everything always works out. Magic has been showing up. You got to take risks, and then the universe just pulls you up by your bootstraps every time. If you live in a way that you plan your every move, you are blocking magic from showing up in your life. But if you have a little bit of courage, a little bit of confidence, there's always something waiting for you. That's been one of the biggest things that I try to teach, and I'm trying to figure out how to teach confidence and trust? How do you build trust in yourself, in the universe, in whatever? You gotta take the risk. Like, you have to jump in order to learn that you are going to be caught when you fall. If you live according to plan, of course you're not gonna experience magic, because you are controlling your whole life. Magic and mystery and wonder, it all happens in the unexpected. And why are we afraid of the unexpected? Because we don't know. Why are we conditioned to think that the unexpected is going to fuck us over? Why aren't we ever conditioned to wonder, what if this is the greatest thing that's ever happened for me? Misty says, I've wanted to get a tiny house and hit the road for years. Why aren't you doing it? Why aren't you doing it? What is holding you back? Just be honest. Be honest with yourself. Money is the thing, girl. Girl. There's always options. There's so many ways to obtain what you need in this life. Yeah. Monkey Juice says, life is what you make it. So let's make it rock. Am I right? I don't know. I kind of want to share more about my story. I don't know where to start. I don't know if you guys know me or not. Life is what you make it. You can do whatever the hell you want in your life. It's not always going to be easy, and it's not always going to happen the way you think it's going. I heard a quote from Bashar. Do you guys know who Bashar is? Bashar is, if I lose you here, just stick with me, because the messenger doesn't really matter if you're not into this. But Bashar is a being who is channeled through a man. So essentially, if you look up Bashar, you're going to see just this dude sitting on stage talking really strangely, but he is channeling Bashar, who I honestly don't know who Bashar is, but he has some really wise things to say. So take the advice and do with it what you will. But Bashar has a quote that I've been following for quite some time. I wish we had sour cream. That's not the quote. Follow your highest excitement. Take it as far as you can take it. Detach from the outcome and remain grateful. So follow your highest excitement. You want a tiny house and hit the road? You know, we actually saw one of those when we were parking in Sedona. When we were boondocking in Sedona, we saw a truck that was trailing a tiny house. It looked like a little chicken coop on a trailer, and it was the coolest thing. Solid plywood, you know, it was great. So follow your highest excitement. You want this tiny house. How do you follow it? What do? Research. Look up people who have done it. Look at what you think is possible for yourself. Focus on your highest excitement, right? Are you focusing on everything that sucks? Are you focusing on everything you can't do? Are you focusing on the how? The how is how it's gonna get you. There's no way to know how. That is going into anxiety planning mode. I don't know how. I didn't plan to be stuck on the road right now making tacos while Matt is stopped on I-20, but it's happening. I didn't plan how I was going to make dinner tonight. I just knew I was going to eat, and now I'm eating, and I'm happy. Follow your highest excitement. Take it as far as you can take it. So sometimes dreams die. That's okay. That's okay. When I went to college to be a PE teacher. Loved it. At the time, I was following my highest excitement. I took it as far as I could take it. When the world got nuts and I had to force my kids to put diapers on their face while they were running around, not sick, I said, this is not for me. And I got out. I took it as far as I could take it. I didn't get angry that I had to quit my career, that I wasted all this money on my degree. I had a great time. I taught for 3-4 years. It was a wonderful time. My time ended. I took it as far as I could take it. Detach from the outcome, right? If I had this outcome in my mind, I'm going to be a PE teacher forever. I'm going to do this forever. This is my lifetime career. I must do it forever. I would have blocked myself from being a content creator and spiritual guide. I don't even know what I do, but I just have fun and people appreciate what I do and they help fund my life. It's great. You can do the exact same thing and remain grateful. Remain grateful. Are you focusing on what you don't have, or are you focusing on what you do have? These are all choices. These are all choices that you get to make. You are so much more powerful than you give yourself credit for. And I can say that confidently to anyone watching, because even if you think you are super powerful, you have no idea. You have no idea. There's always more personal power to be found. It's so cool. It's so cool to play with all of this, and it's so cool to teach people this. And that's it. So if you have hopped in today, I hope you enjoyed hearing my voice, and I hope you enjoyed smelling my tacos through YouTube. Subscribe to my channel because I'm fun and I'm an uplifting person. And if you ever, that's a dog hair. If you ever need a pick-me-up, pull up one of my videos, because that's my main message is, yeah, life can suck sometimes. I'm not living in denial. I know that stuff makes you angry, stuff makes you worried, stuff makes you scared, but there's always a silver lining, and there's always something that's going to get better. So empower yourself, do what you can. Look, could you just look at these beautiful tacos I just made in a travel trailer? These are so good. Thank you guys for being here. Monkey Juice says good luck on your journey. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hope to see you guys soon. See ya.